August 11, 2020 Core Matrix, Time Shift, Solar Activity Report. If you can't be bothered to read this entire report, then don't complain about your life or the plight of the world. Any political-related information that you find in this report is related to the functioning of the core matrix and the state of the planet and its many coexisting timelines. My reports are not about promoting a political platform. I do not belong to any political party. This report is about the core matrix battle to save this planet from the time-looping planet-ending nuclear disaster, and the dark matter aberration DMA evil and those it influences. So wake up to what I am telling you. Wake up to the truth. Regardless of your political leanings, or personal beliefs, there is only one course of action that can save this planet now. In order to do this, the citizens of Earth must rise up, peacefully, against the dark shadow of evil that has descended upon all of us. Unless this evil is stopped and denied access to our lives and souls, no one is safe, not even the puppet masters and their minions. They will be consumed with the rest of us, if evil gets what it wants through the current global power grab. As I have explained over the years, these puppet masters, and their minions, are tricksters who use brainwashing and mind control to fool millions of people into believing that they are the good and caring ones who tell the truth. They are not. They are the tricksters who worship at the altar of power, wealth, and fame. They will say anything and do anything to serve the dark matter aberration DMA evil power that gives them their power. The DMA feeds on the energy of the planet, including the life force of the planet and the souls of the living. The DMA is the source of all evil, as I have explained many times. It can be likened to a cosmic vampire. Because the DMA is a dark matter energy substance that helps to hold the cosmos together, the DMA cannot be destroyed. No energy can be destroyed, no matter what role it plays. But the DMA can be prevented from feeding. The less food it has, the weaker it becomes. The weaker it becomes, the easier it is to contain and deny access to Earth energy. This battle tactic works on any sort of vampiric entity or activity, whether that activity physical, mental, spiritual, or supernatural. For years, the DMA has built up its Earth food supply by working through humans, puppet masters and their minions, who create and support the amplified planetary conditions that create the optimal food source. That DMA optimal food source is acquired by keeping humans in a raised state of negative emotions and behaviors such as war, conflict, violence, fear, crime, prejudice, bullying, murder, disease, and more. Right now, the planet is in a life and death crisis. It is worse than it's ever been, since the last attempted global power grab that resulted in World War II. The irony is, that in order to stop the evil global power grab required the very conditions that feeds the DMA. So, even though the DMA evil influenced world leaders of that time were crushed because World War II was fought and won by the liberators from evil, it was a win-win for the DMA, because it got its desired energy food regardless of who won World War II. For the first time in history, since a planet-ending nuclear-type war was fought on Earth thousands of years ago, reference the Sumerian clay tablets, World War II was ended when the good guys dropped 2 nuclear bombs on Japan. This nuking of Japan had vast repercussions, not just because of what we know happened, but mostly because of the larger action that happened because of it. The original nuke-style war, of thousands of years ago, was the restart of the time-looping planet-ending nuclear catastrophe that I've written about for years. It is because of this very time-loop event that we continue to experience timeline reboots when a planetary condition allows for a repeat of a planet-ending nuclear event. The DMA encourages this time-loop event. Why? Because it creates the ultimate feeding field, and because it knows that the core matrix prime directive will resurrect the planet and the feeding cycle can begin again. It's another win-win for the DMA. Because the planet-ending time loop event is a DMA feeding goal, it puts its energy behind the humans who can give it what it wants. For many years, going back for generations, the US Dem Party has been a major supplier of scheming and unethical humans who work to feed the DMA its optimal energy supply. A large number of GOP are in on it too, but these are the stay-in-the-shadow politicians who do their DMA-influenced work by allowing the Dems to pursue their evil agenda. This is how these particular GOP get and keep their wealth, power, and fame. In turn, the Dem Party is controlled by unelected billionaires who are the elite puppet masters. The politicians, and their propaganda allies, are the minions. Of course, there are other world leaders who are also DMA-influenced, but right now the greatest danger to the planet is being played out through US politics. These other DMA-influenced world leaders are supporting the Dems from the shadows. This includes, but is not limited to, ONA, RSSIA, and ON. While these hostile countries are actively supporting the Dem agenda, as they move toward their hoped-for power grab from the U.S. November 3, 2020 pre-elections, there is no way that any of these hostile countries are going to allow the Dems and Dem controllers to keep their upper hand. The puppet masters know this, and do not care, but the Dems are blinded to this truth. They do not see the danger to themselves, by pursing the will of their controllers.